Did you know that in some cultures, a cactus symbolizes unconditional love? So for Valentine's Day, instead of flowers, let's paint a desert scene today. So first, let's start with a sunset. I'm going for an Arizona type sunset. So I'm taking my mop brush with orange, yellow, and a lot of white, doing back and forth strokes to make a really light orange sky. While that's still wet, I also dipped into some pink and I'm blending that down a little bit into the orange and then moving up even further, leaving some space at the top because I do want there to be some blue. But before I dip into some blue, I am going to dip into just pink and brush in a little bit of it on either side of the orange part of my sky. Almost looks like pink clouds. All right, perfect. Now with all those colors on my brush, I'm going to dip into a sky blue, brush that down and then all the way up to the top. See how some of those colors blend into the blue? That's okay. And I'm also going to almost lightly dry brush on some of that blue down into the pink and orange, not covering it completely. Notice you can see some streaks of it showing through. Ooh, I even see a little bit of purple with the blue blending into that pink. Beautiful. Okay, now clean off your brush. I'm going to take some tan now, but I'm going to mix it with a little bit of orange and a lot of white to make an orange toned sand color. And then I'm going to brush that back and forth all the way to the bottom. You can also mix a little bit of yellow into it in some places as well. That's up to you, but do that all the way down to the bottom. Looks like a desert scene already. Okay. Taking a size 6 round brush, let's do some mountains. I'm going to mix some purple in with my dark brown to do a purple toned mountain color. And start with just a line going all the way across under your sunset. That's the base of your mountain. Now, mountains in the desert sometimes look like stairs. So instead of a smooth curve, do something that looks like a staircase coming down from the left-hand side. See, it straightens out underneath that yellow portion. And then another type of staircase that goes up on the right. And once you get the shape, fill anything between that top line and the bottom line in. Now you probably are going to need more than one coat, but once you get it solid enough, take some of your sandy color and add some highlights along the top ridges. And where it's really dark in the middle there, you can even add a couple streaks just to give it a little bit more interest. As always, it's up to you how much detail you do, but just remember, this is all in the background. We want all the cactus and succulents to be the focus of this painting. Now before we move on though, add a couple streaks of the purple toned brown for a shadow down into the sand. And then clean off this brush so that we can use it to paint our first cactus. There are so many different types of cactus, so use your imagination with this. I'm going to take my size 6 round brush and some dark green and do a tall upside down U. This is going to be my main cactus, so he's going to be a little bigger than all the others. Fill that in, and then once you have that first shape, you can add other shapes to it. This is where you can get creative with it. Add a whole bunch of different curved shapes coming off of this main branch. So I did a tiny stubby one on the right. I'm going to do a tall one going straight up here on the left. And let's give him 2 little nubs coming off on either side of him as well. Perfect. Keep it simple, but be creative with it. Let's give him a friend over here. So another smaller upside down U and give him a little arm. Looks like he's waving at the big one. And then how about another upside down U on the right-hand side? Notice I have him further back closer to the mountain peak, but I'm not going to give him any arms. We're just going to keep him simple. And then dry them so you can do a second coat. If you have thin acrylic craft paint, you are going to need more than one coat. So once you get the base layer, then you can add the detail. So I'm going to take a smaller round brush now with some light green and some of that sky blue mixed in to do stripes. So I'm going to do stripes on each of these curved shapes. Notice they're all starting from that top center point and then curving down and then all the way to the bottom. This is going to be the ridges in your cactus. And then while it's still wet, I'm taking some dark green and blending it in between. That makes it look rounded. There we go. And then do that to each one of these curved arm shapes. So add the stripes with the light green and then blend it in with some dark green in between while it's still wet. Blending in different shades of blue into your green gives you really nice cactus and succulent colors, by the way. So play around with the different shades of blue that you have. Let's do these tiny arms here as well. Now he's starting to look like a cactus. And let's do the same thing to these tiny ones. Notice I'm really blurring my lines when I blend. I'm not doing them perfectly straight because I do want them to blend into each other. If you want really crisp straight lines, you could use a detail brush, but I'm blending them this way on purpose. So it really depends on what style you're going for. Now to create more distance in this painting, let's take a detail brush and add a different type of cactus in the background. I'm going to do a traditional cactus with my detail brush, doing one long stem, and then I'm going to do the curved branches coming out from that main stem, alternating upward, and then add some highlights. I do like this style cactus. You could even add this style to the front of your painting, but I just wanted to be different today. I'm going to do a couple different sizes of them. You don't even have to do the ones with the arms. You could just add tiny little green lines growing up, and they would look like cactus in the distance as well. There we go. And don't add too many of them. I am going to have a slightly bigger one over here. Having the varying sizes will give it the look of distance, but you don't want it to get too busy either because the front ones are your main focus still. Hey, it looks like a desert. To make it look more like a desert though, why don't we add some rocks in the sand? The sand is looking a little plain. So taking a size 3 round brush and some dark brown, let's add different sized rocks all throughout the sand. Notice the ones that are closer to the bottom of the painting are much bigger. And while I'm doing all the same similar style of rock, notice no two are exactly alike. The tops and along the bottom are slightly lumpy, not a smooth curve. And also don't be afraid to have some going in front of the bottoms of your cactus. They can be in front of them and overlap. That's perfectly okay. And while the brown is still wet, I'm also going to take some of my sandy color and add highlights to the tops of my rocks as well. It's going to give them a little bit more dimension and match the tone of the painting. There we go. We can always add more rocks later, but before we do that, let's add another type of cactus. Or maybe this is a succulent. It reminds me of aloe. Maybe it's a related succulent. Take a round brush and do some upward strokes in a curved shape like this. That looks like a little plant, and you don't have to use just green. I'm using a teal blue and a pink as well. Out of so many different shades of succulent and cactus, you can add some other colors in there. I worked a little too fast though, and the pink blended into the purple, which is okay. I love purple. We're gonna work with it. But if that happens to you, make sure to dry it and then you can piece in your colors without them all blending together. They all don't have to be the same height either. I'm gonna have some of the green ones in the middle here go up a little bit taller and add some bright green highlights. A fourth type of cactus we could do is a round one. Almost looks like a tumbleweed. Take a fine sea sponge and some light green and just bounce it in a circle. Let's do a smaller one over here. Don't be afraid to have them going off the canvas like that. And while we have the green on our sponge, let's add a little bit of texture in the sand. I'm gonna mix a little bit of brown in with that to make it an earthy green and add little weeds. Just in some of these blank patches, they look a little too plain. Hey, that texture really helps. Okay, add some highlights to your round cactus. You can just mix some white in with your green and tap on a little bit on the top part of the circle. And then I'm even going to take some of the darker green from the other cactus and add a little bit of a shadow. Look how that turned that from a flat circle to a 3D circle. I love it. We can even add some dark green to these weeds in the sand. And speaking of detail, we missed an important detail on the cactus. We have to add the spikes or the spines. To do this, I'm going to keep it simple and just use a toothpick to dot on little yellow dots along each of the dark green ridges. This, believe it or not, is going to change the entire look of the cactus. Look at that. I love how they really stand out and make those ridges pop. Don't forget to add them to the smaller cactus too. And for flowers, now I saw a photograph of flowers on a cactus the other day, and the petals came together to make it look like a literal heart. So in honor of Valentine's Day, I'm going to use a detail brush and some hot pink to add hearts instead of flowers. Anywhere you would want a flower to be, I'm going to add a little heart. And once you get the heart shape in there, just add a little highlight with some white paint. Life is tough and can be prickly, but it's better with friends. So since these cactus are friends, I am going to give them all hearts to match. Isn't that cute? I love it. Let's add some brighter pink in this one down here. Now it matches. I like it. Maybe even add a couple dots of pink in the back for some little flowers in the distance. I feel like these little round ones need spikes, so instead of dots with the toothpick, I am taking some of the dark green and adding a couple spikes in there. That's up to you. You can even add a little more shadow at the bottom. Now I'm just picking at details. You don't have to go this far, but here's some other options if you feel like your painting needs a little bit more. Something else you can do is add gray rocks in with the brown rocks. Remember I said you could do more rocks later? I feel like I do need a few more, so using the same method, I am using a smaller brush so I can piece them in between. Layer on some gray rocks in between your sand. They can overlap in front of the brown rocks or in front of your cactus. Get gray ones in there and then highlight them while they're still wet with a little bit of white. Just make sure the bigger ones are down towards the front and smaller ones are in the distance, like that. Hey, that really completes the composition. Now, call me crazy, but I do want to add one more type of cactus. I think this is one of the most well-known ones. We're going to take a detail brush with some teal blue and do something that looks like a balloon animal. Start with a big circle or oval, and then just do little circles coming off of that, kind of like the big green one, but they're more rounded. And then focus on each of those round shapes to make them look three-dimensional. So I'm going to highlight the top edges of each of them with a little bit of bright green. Let's also highlight that with some white too. See how that really does look like a balloon animal? That's so funny. And then take some darker teal and then add a little bit of shading along the bottom edges of each of those round shapes. Isn't that cute? Now, we don't want to forget the spines to these either. So once you have that, take your toothpick and add a couple yellow polka dots all throughout each of the circles. I love how that yellow really complements that teal blue. And since he's a new friend, let's also give him some matching flowers, but I'm going to make them a little smaller since he's one of the smallest little friends here in this desert. I feel like we need one more of him right down in this right-hand corner. There we go. I did the same type of shape, I just made them a slightly bigger or smaller circle so it's not exactly the same. And then once you have them highlighted and shaded, add the polka dots. Perfect. Don't forget those matching hearts. As a final step, I'm even going to add some simple birds flying in the sky. The sky is so pretty with those colors, but I feel like there needs to be some kind of cute quote about friendship or Valentine's Day or something like that. So I'm going to go research that now. Have fun with this one, be super creative with it, and I can't wait to see your results. Happy painting, everybody.